Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Big League Dreaming, the podcast, a show about baseball, dreams, and family. I'm John Gonzalez, the dad, and the way this podcast goes, it's a dad and his three sons talking about the game they love. On today's show, this is actually a special show. We have two of the three sons. We'll introduce them in a second, but just so you know, what we're going to do today is play a little trivia, and we're going to break this up into 4 different rounds. On today's show, it'll be the first round, and we'll do 25 questions to test our baseball knowledge. Let's introduce the sons that are on today's podcast. Let's go with son number 2. He's based in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Sporting the Lions gear today, it's Ty Gonzalez. How you doing, Ty?
I'm doing awesome. I'm excited to get into this trivia round against you and Zane. We had this idea a while back to do 100 trivia questions for 100 episodes. And I'm excited that we're going to bring it back and do 25 each episode for this little mini trivia showdown series.
Showdown series. I love it. By the way, Ty is a Mets fan. He had his Mets cap on a little earlier. Yeah, all right. Won the Juan Soto sweepstakes. He's happy over there. Joining us from South Bend, Indiana, it's son number 3, Zane Gonzalez. He's a Red Sox fan, sporting his Red Sox gear and his hat as well. How you doing, Zane?
Doing well. Excited for some trivia and see how much Dad can beat us at some of this stuff, because I imagine Ty threw in some old school questions that I'm not gonna know.
No, I'm so impressed with you guys have always been fans of the game and students of the game, and love to know about old school players. And we would randomly just do this, right? When you guys were little, we would just talk baseball, what was happening currently. Blessed to have the Whitecaps, a Tigers affiliate, in our backyards when you guys were growing up. So we were always surrounded by the game. All right, and I am the resident Tigers fan, speaking of the Tigers, and I think I told you guys over Christmas break that I'm going to be a season ticket holder this year.
Yeah, that's exciting. How many games you got?
So I have my package. It's a 25. It's considered partial game or partial season. That's 28 game package. You have the option to do like off Friday, Saturday, or Sunday home games, and you get 14 of those, and then they give you 14 extra games as well, along with to make up the 28. So every Friday night, you'll see me at Comerica Park, and then from there, I'll pick up some other games along the way. Hopefully, you guys can join me for at least one of them. It'll be fun to all 4 of us go.
Yeah, we definitely got to make it out there.
Got to see the Mets.
When did the Mets come to town?
A Labor Day, right?
I think it's Labor Day weekend. The Red Sox, I think, early June. Is that right?
I think it's early May.
I want to say May.
Oh, it is in May, yes.
Yeah, because I want to say it's on the fringe of like playoff baseball for us.
Yes. So hopefully your baseball team, by the way, I didn't say it earlier, Zane is the associate head coach at IUSB, Indiana University South Bend. So his season, he's getting ready to start his season and head south to play a little baseball. College baseball will be back before you know it. All right, guys, let's get into the trivia. We'll do round number 1. We're going to do 25 questions today, and it's the official BLDPOD Showdown Challenge.
All right, and we're keeping stats all season long. So let's see who gets the leaderboard for this episode.
It's like the backyard when you would have your wiffle ball games, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
All right. Well, I'm going to host this because I came up with all the questions. So it's you and you two against each other. Let's get right into this. All right. So I'm going to give you guys some multiple choice, make it a little easier. And if you're watching this on the live premiere on YouTube, or if you're just listening to this on Apple or Spotify, play along with us. Try to get some of these. All right. Question number 1. Who was the first player to win a batting title in 3 different decades? Do you guys know, or do you want the multiple choice?
Give us the multiple choice.
Okay, we got George Brett, Ted Williams, Tony Gwynn, Rod Carew.
My first thought was Tony Gwynn. That's the very first name that popped into my head.
Yeah, I was gonna say Gwynn as well, but I'll go with Carew to mix it up.
All right, final guesses?
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with my.
Yeah, I'll go Carew.
Okay, it is Tony Gwynn.
Yeah. Yeah, my first thought, but then I started second guessing myself, obviously. So what do you have, like 80s, 90s, and 2000s?
Yeah, it must be, right?
Or is it? Yeah, it has to be.
Yeah. Right, 2000s? What, year 2000 probably.
Probably because I can't imagine him. I can't. I know he didn't play.
No, it says 80 or yeah. Yep, 2000. Let's see here. I'm looking it up right now.
Yeah, because I know that. Well, 80s obviously, and 90s obviously. What a great hitter!
Yeah, seriously.
I mean, that guy was clutch.
He was unstoppable pretty much.
Yeah.
All right, moving on to question number 2.
Okay, let's do it.
All right, this one's for you, Zane. What pitcher holds the record for the most career complete games? Is it Cy Young, Walter Johnson, Grover Cleveland Alexander, or Chris Hugh Mathewson?
I'm gonna go with Walter Johnson.
Big Train.
Big Train.
Big
Who
Train.
Who you going with, Dad?
That's it's probably Walter Johnson, but Christy Mathewson also I would imagine is right up there. So I'm gonna go with Christy Mathewson.
It's actually Cy Young.
Oh, both got stumped.
We should have
then.
known better. They named the award after him for a reason.
Here's a bonus question. What's his real name?
Tyler.
Cyrus.
It's Denton.
Denton.
And Cyrus was his middle name.
Denton is his
Denton.
real name.
All right. Learn something
All right,
new.
so no one's getting that one. So
Hey,
you're
no
still
point
up,
there.
Dad. 1-0.
For now.
All right, question number 3. Who's the only player to have his 3,000th hit be a home run in the World Series?
Wow.
That's
And
got to answer
honestly,
first, right?
as I'm reading this, I'm like, is this even true? We might have to fact check this one. Okay,
I've never
Reggie.
even.
Is it Reggie Jackson?
Yeah.
No, is it Reggie Jack, Jeter, Lou Brock, or Paul Molitor?
My guess is Reggie Jackson.
That's what I would say.
My guess is Paul Molitor.
All right, so we're gonna have to fact check this right now.
Go ahead and fact check it because
I'm fact checking it right now. Yep, this is completely wrong.
Why did it say A-Rod?
It says it's Derek Jeter.
No, Jeter's was,
His was July 9th.
yeah, his was a walk-off,
Yeah,
but it wasn't in the World Series.
we might have to scrap this one, guys. I don't know.
So it says Jeter was the one.
It says Jeter is the answer, and obviously that's wrong.
All right. Well, whatever version of AI you use to research these questions is not a good version of AI.
Well, maybe it is because that's showing how much we really know, though. Right?
Yeah. I don't remember that ever happening though.
I was gonna say, has that ever happened?
Not
No.
a huge milestone like that, I don't
Has
think.
anyone ever got
A-Rod's 500th, right? 500th home run was
A walk-off?
I don't think it was a walk-off now.
Okay, here we go. We have a fact check. So that was a trick question. We'll see how many more trick questions we get. That's only question
Okay.
number 3. So here's the fact check on that one. No one has ever recorded their 3,000th career hit in a World Series game.
Okay.
There we
I
go.
think we both get a point for that because we were both suspect on that right now.
Yeah, we're both like,
I'll give myself a point too.
Yes.
We'll all get a point for that one. All right,
Okay.
moving on.
All
Now
right.
I'm nervous for the next. What did I say? I have 100 of these. That's only question 3.
Question 3. We're gonna be here a while.
We'll see how this goes. All right, which player hit a walk-off inside the park grand slam? Okay, is this true? Are these true? Okay. The options are Roberto Clemente, Babe Ruth, Ken Griffey Jr., Alan Trammell.
Alan Trammell.
Trammell.
Then I'm gonna say Roberto Clemente.
I'm fact checking as we're doing this now, and it is Roberto Clemente. Hits an inside the park walk-off grand slam. 1950s. Does that sound
Yeah.
right? He didn't play in the 50s.
Clemente? Yeah. Yeah. When was his playing career?
Wow. Okay. Dang. I didn't realize he played in the 50s.
Yeah.
All right. That's another point for you. Dad.
All right.
That puts you at 3.
I'm
Yes.
slacking.
All right. Question number 5. Who was the first pitcher to record 4,000 strikeouts in their career? Nolan Ryan, Randy Johnson, Roger Clemens, Steve Carlton.
Nolan Ryan.
You would think it's Nolan Ryan, right?
Yeah.
I would say Randy Johnson.
It is Nolan Ryan.
There we go. I'm on the board.
And it is fact-checked, too. For everyone playing at home, I'm fact-checking these as we go.
As we go. Probably a good idea.
So, yes, it is Nolan Ryan. You're on
All
the
right,
board, Zane. Wait, no, that puts you at 2, Zane.
Oh, all right.
Because you got the 3,000.
Yeah.
All right,
good.
moving on. Question number 6. What was the longest hitting streak by a pitcher? Well, this is an interesting one. Okay, the options. Okay, so it's not the actual name of the pitcher. It's how many games. So 15 games, 20 games, 13 games, 10 games.
What's the highest number?
It is 15 games, 20 games, 13 games, 10 games.
I'll go 20.
Yeah, I was going to say 13. Seems about
Lucky number 13.
You going with 13? You going with 20?
how many at-bats does a pitcher really get back in the day? Unless we're calling Babe Ruth a pitcher.
Well,
Ooh. What's your final answers?
I'm
I'm
going
gonna go-
13.
I'm going to go 20.
It's 20.
Who was
That's
it? Who was it?
got to be Babe Ruth.
It doesn't say who it is.
All right.
It just says the amount of games.
Well, then you can make up any number you want. Well, we'll have to fact check that one too, because I'm curious
That
as
one's
who
gonna
it
be
was.
That's going to be a later research one.
Yeah, we'll bring that the next episode.
We'll do an update on round 2. I might even have to get some more questions after this round. All right, let's move on to question 7. And right now the score is 4-2. Dad, you're winning.
All right.
Who was the first player to hit 2 grand slams in one inning? Is it Fernando Tatis, Manny Ramirez, Albert Pujols, Mark McGwire?
I think it was Tatis.
I know Tatis did it. Trying to think of like when he did it, where they like, oh, it's the first time anyone's done that since. Baseball has been played for so long, you would think someone would do it before, but that's just such a rare occurrence. I don't think Mark McGwire did it. Yeah, I'll stick with Tatis. Maybe that's why it was such a big deal.
It is Tatis. You guys both got it.
Yes.
Nice. Yeah, I remember that. That was crazy. All right, moving on to question 8. And we're coming up to a fact check here. Wow. All right. This is a really interesting one. So I'm going to take wow, this is really, really interesting. I'm glad we're doing this. Okay, so I'll just read the question as is, but I'll also add in a 5th option.
Okay.
No,
Well,
I'm not going to add in a 5th option. You know what?
I'll add in the correct option as well.
Yeah, I know. I thought about that. I'm like, oh, wait. Let me
Let me
How
add
about
one
this?
more answer to that.
We're going to go over them, and then I'll add in the bonus. All right. So which player has hit for the cycle 3 times in his career? Is it Babe Herman, John Riley, Adrian Beltran, or Bob Musel? Not Adrian Beltran. Adrian Beltre. I'm sorry.
Cycle 3 times?
Can you say that name again?
It is Babe Herman, John Riley, Adrian Beltre, Bob Musel.
I don't think it was Beltran. I'm going to go John Riley.
I'm going to go Bob Musel.
So the answer I have is Adrian Beltre. But there's also another answer when I was going to fact check it, and Christian Yelich is also on the list.
What?
Yeah, must have just joined or something. So no one got that one.
Wow, that was
Beltran. Beltran
I
moving
know.
out there.
I know, that's why I had to fact check it right away. I'm like, that can't be right. All right, moving on to question 9. Okay, we have who was the first player to hit a home run against every MLB team? Wow.
has to be okay. Someone that
Can I
got
get
traded
multiple choice for this one?
traded a lot.
Yeah, okay, so the multiple choices: Frank Robinson, Ken Griffey Jr., Mark McGwire, Albert Pujols.
Someone that played in both American League and National League. I think. Or it could have been the interleague era, too.
I'm going to go Pujols. A lot of time in National League, a lot of time in American League. Also played a lot during interleague play in his career.
Mm-hmm. That's a good guess. Griffey, who was the other? Griffey, and who are the other two?
Frank Robinson, Mark McGwire, Griffey, and Pujols.
I'm going to go Mark McGwire.
It's actually Griffey.
That was my second guess.
Griffey Jr.
Yeah, Griffey was my other thought because, when did they start doing interleague play? That was
97, maybe? 96?
yeah, late 90s,
Yeah.
which
Yeah,
that's probably his prime. So
yeah, that's true.
late 90s, early 2000s when he's entering his prime. So that was
Yeah.
the only thing I was considering with Griffey.
Well,
I
yeah,
didn't know
he's
if he would have
Cincinnati,
gotten
too.
that many opportunities. So
Right.
Yeah, that's true. Tough one. All right, we're moving on to number 10, which player threw the most wild pitches in a single season? Is it Nolan Ryan, Red Ames, Ruby Waddle, or Phil Niekro?
it's got to be Phil Niekro.
I was
That's
going to say,
baller.
it's got to be Phil Niekro, yeah.
Or I left out another option.
Oh,
Mark
That's
Baldwin.
the correct option.
Mark Baldwin?
Mark Baldwin.
Mark Baldwin. I don't know Mark Baldwin. So it's probably him. Yeah, you're right, Zay. I don't know.
Mark Baldwin.
Phil Niekro makes sense to me.
Phil Niekro.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going Phil Niekro.
It is Phil Niekro.
Yeah,
I wanted to throw you off throwing in that Mark Baldwin.
Mark Baldwin.
Mark Baldwin.
Yeah.
Who says
He came up though. He did throw 83 wild pitches in 1889.
Okay.
crazy?
All right, moving on to. So you both got that one?
Yep.
All right, 6-4 right now. Dad, you're winning.
Okay.
All right. Who was the first player to collect 200 hits in 10 consecutive seasons? Ichiro, Pete Rose, Ty Cobb, Derek Jeter.
It's not Jeter.
It's either. Go ahead,
I'm gonna
Zane.
go Ty Cobb.
It's either Ty Cobb or Pete Rose. Ty Cobb would have been the first one to do it. That's what you're asking, right? Who was the first?
The question is, who was the first player to collect 200 hits in 10 consecutive seasons?
Yeah, I'll go with Pete Rose.
So Pete Rose did have 200 hits in 10 seasons, but they weren't consecutive. Ichiro has the consecutive.
We had Zach on the podcast.
Yep, I think me and Zach watched that game. I think I remember staying up for that game.
Yeah, I think you're right. I do remember that. But I didn't know if he was the first.
That's what got me was who did it first.
Yeah.
'Cause I was like, I'm pretty sure Ichiro for sure did it, but I'm like, Ty Cobb had to have done it.
Right. Yeah, I guess he didn't even do it.
Fraud.
All right.
According to your information.
No, I'm fact checking now. Trust me, I'm looking them up before I even ask the question now.
Alright.
It's the first thing I'm doing. All right, who was the first player to have 40 home runs and 40 stolen bases in a season?
The first 40 player?
40 home runs, 40 stolen bases. Jose Canseco, Barry Bonds, A-Rod, or Alfonso Soriano?
Barry Bonds.
It's Canseco.
So, yeah, that was my other guess, but
Jose
gotta
Canseco.
try and gain ground here.
It is Canseco. You knew that?
That was a big moment when that happened.
Really?
All these questions are driven towards the 80s and 90s. I wasn't even alive yet.
Not even alive.
All right, moving on. What pitcher was the first to throw a no-hitter in both American League and National League? Is it Jim Bunning, Randy Johnson, Cy Young, or Nolan Ryan?
Nolan Ryan.
Go
Or
Nolan
Jim
Ryan.
Bunning, one of the two.
Yeah, I'll say Nolan Ryan.
Yeah, I'll go Nolan Ryan.
Going Nolan Ryan. It's Jim Bud.
Jeez, come
You're-
on.
That was your
I had it.
instinct. Yeah, that
You
was your
had it
instinct.
too. All right, here's a good one. Who's the only player to hit for the cycle in both American League and National League? John Olerud, David Bell, George Brett, Bob Watson.
John Olerud's kind of hype.
John Olerud's, yeah, I was going to say. I think it was John Olerud.
Going John Olerud?
I am.
Zane?
Yeah, I'll stick with John Olerud.
John Olerud did hit cycles in both leagues, but Bob Watson was the first.
Yeah, get out of here.
I believe the year was 1882.
Yeah.
I'm looking at Bob Watson right now.
Yeah, that game was on replay yesterday on the MLB Network.
1966 to 1984
84.
is when he played.
All right. Well, I should have remembered that, right?
Yeah,
My
60s.
prime years.
He played, actually, a fun fact, he played in the Bad News Bears.
Did not know that.
There you go. Fun fact for the day. All right, moving on.
What's the score?
Score right now
6?
is 7-4.
7-4.
And we're on
Yeah,
question.
how you get yourself 10?
All right, which pitcher has the most wins in a single season since 1990?
Since 1990.
Jack Chesbro, Christy Mathewson, Walter Johnson, Denny McClain.
Since 1990?
1990?
Or no, 1900.
And that helped out with the process of elimination there.
1900.
Who
All
was
right,
the...
restate it.
Yeah, start over.
Okay. What pitcher has the most wins in a single season since 1900? Jack Chesbro, Christy Mathewson, Walter Johnson, Denny McClain.
Oh, yeah,
got it.
Denny McClain.
It's Denny McClain.
It's Jack Chesbro.
What?
41 wins in 1904.
Wow.
Chess bro.
Yeah. Now, since 1990, we would have got it right.
Yeah.
Jack Chesbro played in 1899 to 1909. How could we forget?
Yeah.
His nickname was Happy Jack.
Feels like yesterday. Watching Happy Jack get a win. For the, what team? Who did he play for?
It looks like he played Pittsburgh for a little bit, then the Yankees for a while, and then one season with the Red Sox. Literally just finished the season with Boston, only 6 innings.
Yeah.
But this is old school because he's in the Hall of Fame, 1946, voted by Old Timers Committee.
Probably because he had 42 wins.
All right. Next question.
Good question.
Who was the first player to hit home runs from both sides of the plate in a World Series game?
Ooh.
Mickey Mantle, Chipper Jones, Bill Mueller, or Reggie Jackson?
I think it's either Mantle or Reggie.
I'm going to go Reggie Jackson. Like, he did it from both sides of the plate in one game.
Yeah.
I'm sure I think Chipper did it too, but obviously
Yeah.
Reggie would have been before.
I'll stay with Mickey Mantle.
All right. You guys are going to be surprised by this one. You
Chipper
ready?
Jones?
I'll be
No,
so
it's
mad.
Mickey Mantle.
Mickey Ritter.
Tricked you, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. I thought it was going to be
All right.
Happy Jack, or what was his name?
Yeah, Happy Jack.
Happy Jack from now on.
All right. Which pitcher struck out 10 consecutive batters in a game? Tom Seaver, Max Scherzer, Pedro Martinez, or Hideo Nomo? Did Strasburg do it?
Pretty close. Like his debut, I know he struck out a bunch in a row. I'm going to go Scherzer.
I think Scherzer's I think I remember him doing it, but there was someone else you mentioned on that list. Name him again.
Tom Seaver, Max Scherzer, Pedro Martinez, Hideo Nomo.
Pedro.
I was thinking, yeah, Pedro, man. He was in his prime. Although Seaver...
In a row, though.
In
They're
a row, yeah. In a row.
Jake line to Pedro.
Because Pedro had a lot of games where he had like 18, 19 strikeouts.
Yeah.
Crazy
I'll
numbers.
go with Seaver. I'll go Seaver.
It is Seaver. And actually, DeGrom, I remember I was watching a game a few years ago. DeGrom was like odd numbered 9 in a row, and then someone got a hit. So he almost had it. DeGrom did.
Here's what I was thinking of. Steven Strasburg, June 8, 2010. Through 7 innings, 4 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned, 14 punch-outs. Striking out the final 7 hitters he faced.
It's crazy.
You have to buy his next start, Zane, to see if he had the first 3 strikeouts at the start of that game.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just carry over because technically that'd be 10 in a row.
All right,
what question number are we on?
We are on 18. Who was the first player, this is a good one, to win MVP, Rookie of the Year, and Gold Glove in their career? Willie Mays, Johnny Bench, Cal Ripken Jr., or Fred Lynn?
Freddie Lynn.
Freddie Lynn. I love him. He was my favorite players.
You guys are going with Fred Lynn?
No. I'm gonna go with Johnny Bench.
Zane, who are you going with?
Can you re-say them again? Sorry.
We have Willie Mays, Johnny Bench, Cal Ripken Jr., or Fred Lynn?
I'm going to go Cal Ripken Jr.
Okay, I should have went with Fred Lynn.
Freddie Lynn.
Really?
Yeah, look it up.
Wow.
I
So he was
fact-checked it too.
So it was MVP, Gold Glove,
And Rookie of the Year.
Rookie of the Year. Oh, here, yeah.
And the second to do it, bonus, was Ichiro. Okay, you ready for this one?
Right.
This is a good one. Who was the first player to steal home twice in one game? Honest Wagner, Ty Cobb, Jackie Robinson, Lou Brock.
Oh, I'm just going to ride out Jackie Robinson.
I'm gonna say Ty Cobb.
That was
Ty
my next
Cobb.
guess.
It's Ty Cobb. You're on a roll, Dad.
Yeah. These questions are a little...
All right,
Right
question
from the
20.
beginning. Okay, question 20. All right.
Right for question number 3, where I had to fact check it.
Yeah.
Which player holds the record for most RBIs in a single season? Is it... Well, let me fact check first. Okay, yep. Is it Hack Wilson, Lou Gehrig, Jimmy Fox, or Hank Greenberg? Most RBIs in a single season.
Jimmy Fox.
I think it was Hank Greenberg.
Final guesses?
Yep, Jimmy Fox.
Greenberg.
Hack Wilson, 191 RBIs in 1930.
30. Which I didn't
100.
count. It was slow pitch softball.
Counts. All right. Moving on. These are getting tough. Which pitcher was first to throw an immaculate inning in the World Series? Sandy Koufax, Nolan Ryan, Lefty Grove, Babe Ruth.
I'm gonna go Sandy Koufax.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Sandy Koufax too.
It was Sandy Koufax.
Yeah. Nolan
Okay.
Ryan was too wild to ever throw him back.
He's too crazy.
Effectively wild.
All right, question 22. Who was the first player to appear in an All-Star game for both the American League and the National League? First player. We have Frank Robinson, Willie Mays, Roberto Clemente, Nolan Ryan.
It's not Roberto Clemente. Nolan Ryan seems like it's a little late. Who are some of the earlier ones before Nolan
I'm gonna
Ryan?
go Willie Mays.
Yeah, Willie Mays is a good one. And who was the other one?
Frank Robinson.
I'm gonna go with Frank Robinson.
Final guesses? It's Frank Robinson. All right, here's a good one. Who was the first player to hit 50 home runs in 4 different seasons? Babe Ruth, Mark McGwire, Sammy Sosa, Barry Bonds.
50.
The first player to hit 50 in 4 different seasons.
4 different seasons or consecutive?
Different. Just first player to hit in 4 different seasons.
See, it
It's
should
got
be
to be.
Babe Ruth.
It's got to be Barry. No, it's got to be Barry Bonds. But I feel like it's Sammy Sosa. I'm gonna go Sammy Sosa.
Babe Ruth. No. Sorry. It's Sammy Sosa.
Yeah. That's what I thought.
I read my answer key wrong. It is Sammy Sosa.
All
I
right,
scrolled down
that means the Babe Ruth answer is coming up soon.
Scrolled down too soon. We have 2 questions left.
All right.
Question
Babe Ruth,
24.
Babe Ruth.
This is a good one. This is a really interesting one. What pitcher has the most no decisions in a single season? Tommy John, Roger Clemens, Bert Blyleven, and Jacob deGrom.
It's DeGrom. It's got to be DeGrom.
I'm going to go with Bert Blyleven.
That does sound like a no decision guy, but I'm going to.
It's deGrom.
Yeah.
You knew that
was just nuts when the DeGrom was just getting, you'd lose like 1-0 all the time. Come out, it'd be 0-0, and they'd lose 1 or 2-0, or 2-1.
Every game. All right, here's the last question for the night, and this is rounding out our series of trivia/fact check trivia. Round 1. Okay. Who was the first player to be intentionally walked with the bases loaded? Babe Ruth, Barry Bonds, Ted Williams, Willie McCovey.
Oh, so this is the first player.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's where it gets me all the time. Because like, I know it happened to Barry Bonds,
It happened to Barry Bonds.
but Ted Williams is the other one where I could see it happening. I'm gonna go with Barry Bonds.
I don't think people back in the day would do it. So yeah, Barry Bonds.
It is Barry Bonds.
Yeah, that was my thought process too, Dad. I was like, back when Ted Williams was playing, they would be like, all right, go get him. You know,
Beat him, if anything, right?
Yeah, hit him or limit damage or something. They would intentionally walk him before they would intentionally walk him.
All right, well, that rounds out round number 1. And the final, let me get the final say here.
6.
No, you did good.
Had to be over 10.
All right, final stats.
Final stats.
Zane, you had 8. Dad, you had 13.
13.
I got to go brush up on my Happy Jack history. Jack Chesbro is going to be bothering me all night.
I got to go brush up on the other 75 questions I prepared. Every single one I read, I was getting nervous and like, all right, who is this? Oh, I see a Pete Alonso in here.
3,000 hit walk-off home run in the World Series. Derek Jeter.
What was that?
All remember.
Yeah.
We all remember Jeter hitting that walk.
What was that? Question 3. I'm like, wait a second. It was not a World Series game.
It wasn't that big of a deal. Like the glove flip home in the ALDS or CS against the A's, that's his highlight. It's not the 3,000th hit for a walk-off in the World Series.
It was a walk-off, though. Regular season game.
We'll do this again. We'll see if Zach can join us, and we'll have a little more fun.
All right. Season stats so far. Dad 13, Zane 8. We'll continue on.
All right, folks, thanks for tuning in to Big League Dream, the podcast show about baseball, dreams, and family. You kind of met the family here. We're talking a little trivia on today's show. Ty, let people know where they can catch our latest episode of Big League Dreaming.
Yep, you can check us out on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, under Big League Dreaming the Podcast, wherever you listen to your podcast. Also on YouTube, Big League Dreaming the Podcast, and give us a follow on social media, on Twitter, on X, formerly known as Twitter, at BLD Pod. That's at BLDPOD. And we're also on TikTok at Big League Dreaming. Shoot us an email, bigleaguedreaming@gmail.com. If you want to get on a show with us, we'd love to chat some baseball with you. We'll see you on the next episode.
Take care, everyone.
See ya.